J-E-T-S! Jet! Let's go!
Let's go. Glad to have you back.
Super Bowl, nothing less.
Let's go, AVG.
What a throw! Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson!
Keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith.
Love it.
Jet! Let's get it! Wow!
Jet Life Stadium. Aaron Rodgers is home, baby.
Jets Media, I love you all.
Shout out Jets Media. Blessed day ahead.
Blessed day ahead.
Oh, what is going on, Jets fans? It's not Victory Monday yet again. All right, that's the first thing we got to say, man. I got a lot more things to talk about regarding this Jets and Vikings game yesterday. We're on Davante Adams' watch because according to a lot of reports, according to a lot of people, the Davante Adams trade can happen at any moment today. It can happen tomorrow. All right. I don't know. You guys let me know. We're going to get thoughts of this game yesterday. So let me know your thoughts in the chat right now. Hit the like button. Shout out to BetUS Sportsbook for always being the proud sponsors of Jets Media. Let's get into business. All right. Let's get into business. So frustrating right now. Frustrating stuff to see the Jets lose yesterday, of course. I just feel like at the end of the day, the one thing that I'm taking away from last game was simple. We need Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams together. I mean, is that the only issue? Absolutely not. Do we have an offensive line issue? Do we have a running the ball issue? Yes, we have a lot of issues. Do we have a coaching issue? Yeah, we do. But, bro, there's something that I took away from the most from yesterday's game. This right here. Aaron Rodgers' connection with Allen Lazard is fantastic. What do I mean by that? You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers and Allen Lazard, they're on the same page. But Lazard can't catch the ball consistently. Now, you look at the numbers, Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, you can look at the stats and be like, oh, Garrett Wilson had a breakout game. Statistically, he did, but he's not up to the same part. 22 targets and not converting at least 15 of them tells you. The point I'm trying to make is Aaron Rodgers and Lazard is on the same page where Lazard knows where he needs to be. Lazard knows where the ball's going to be. But Lazard drops way too many passes. He leads the NFL in drop passes. Do you know who is on Rodgers' page? Davante Adams. You know who will catch these balls? Davante Adams. The Jets need Davante Adams to withstand the incompetence of coaching. So, we must wait and see, man. We must wait and see. Green Bean. My buddy Green Bean. Jets Media, hope you're dealing with this one well. We lost 2 games by 7 points total. Even when we're sucking, got to count for something, Richie. Thank you, Green Bean. You know me. I try to find the optimism in these dark times, and you know that's what I'm going to be doing. Shout out to Green Bean for tuning in. I love you, Green Bean. I miss you. I hope you're doing well. I hope your mental is okay through this Jets adversity like myself, right? Everybody go support Green Bean. It's a YouTube channel, Talking Jets. Go show some love to Green Bean, as Jets fans always do. Can't wait to see what Green Bean's got to say. B-Mac with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, man. I have an idea. Let's repeatedly give the ball to Brees for a run up the middle and watch him get stuffed over and over and over, game after game. Hackett sucks. He can't hack. So frustrating. Thank you so much for the super chat, B-Mac. And can we start talking about how, hey, maybe it's not just Brees Hall, because Braylon Allen got the ball in 3rd and short, failed. Braylon Allen got the ball in 4th and short, failed. It's an offensive line issue. It's a play calling issue. It's an execution issue. It's not just the running backs. Okay? It's not just the running backs. Thank you so much for the super chat, B-Mac. I appreciate the $10 super chat as always. I appreciate the super chat as always, man. This coaching staff is some BS. Absolutely. Is anybody going to Jets versus Bills? Yeah, I'm doing a Roundtable Sports event for Jets Bills. We're going to have Dan Mitchell, TD Fins Talk, Patriots Global, and the whole Roundtable Sports crew is doing our event this Monday, a week from today. So that's going to be insane for first place. Aaron Rodgers also is coming off probably his worst game of the season, worst game of his Jets career. I mean, 3 interceptions, inexcusable. The throw he had to Mike Williams to try to win the game, I mean, the throw wasn't to win the game. The throw was try to set up the win, was a bad throw. Interception. The first interception was a terrible one, pick 6. The second one was way over the head. I mean, Rodgers did not play good football. He simply didn't. Also, the teammates around him failed him. It was just an overall failure. And you know what's crazy? Matthew, I'm doing a huge tailgate party. If you want to come through, Matthew, there's tickets available for the Gotham City Crew tailgate is where I will be. We're doing a live show from the tailgate. If anybody is going to Monday night, we're doing a huge tailgate party. Huge tailgate party. If you want details of how to get tickets to that, you let me know. Side note, my daughter has a serious crush on you. Her name is Angela, and she is home sick today watching Jets Media. She would die for a shout-out. Well, B-Mac, shout-out to Angela. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the love. B-Mac, much love to you, man. Salute to B-Mac. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate the super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you, Angela. Hope you feel better. Angela. Tickets in bio. Yes, the tickets are in the bio right now. Let me put it so you can actually get the tickets. No, the tickets are not in the bio. Let me get those tickets out for you. In case people want to come to tailgate only tickets, man. All right. Rodgers played probably one of his worst games ever, and we still had a chance to win the game. I know. Aaron Rodgers played his worst game of his Jets career. 3 turnovers. He looked rusty. He looked old. All right. And at the end of the day, man, the Jets were just unable to get the dub. And I feel like he had a chance to, bounce back and kind of rebound and, look like a quarterback that can absolutely, he had a terrible first half and he had a chance to kind of be that savior and be like, okay, maybe I can go out there and win this football game in the clutch. But he wasn't able to do that. And that's the reality of it. Man. He wasn't able to do it. The whole offense needs to be... Do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting flashbacks of the 2023 Jets. I'm getting flashbacks of the 2022 and the 2023 Jets. Of awful offense mixed with amazing defense. That's what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? So I feel like at the end of the day, this defense is back to what we expected. The defense did everything they possibly could have in this game, but they were not able to do enough at the end of the day, man. I feel like what we've seen from the Jets in the previous years is we had to play picture-perfect defense, and the offense just had to do just enough to win, and now here we are all over again. The same thing. Man. We have issues on this offense that is so deeply entrenched in the mindset that you think Aaron Rodgers can come and help out, but no. Nathaniel Hackett is an issue. Keith Carter is still an issue. I mean, absolute ridiculous. The offensive line stinks. The running game stinks. And that's how you got to look at it. This is how I look at the offense. The one thing I said, and a lot of Jets fans said, is listen, we brought in Aaron Rodgers, and the good thing is we don't need Aaron Rodgers to be an MVP in order to win football games. The reason we thought that is because, we have a good running game. We have a better offensive line. We have weapons around Aaron Rodgers, and we have a good defense. Only one of those things is true. A good defense! We all thought we don't need Aaron Rodgers to be an MVP to win. Well, guess what? We need him to be an MVP. We need him to be a Superman, and he's not coming through. That's a failure. Because I thought that the surrounding cast around Aaron Rodgers, the offensive line being revamped, the playmakers around Aaron, the running back position, is going to be able to elevate and make Aaron Rodgers not have to do too much. But this is the biggest issue of the whole thing. The run game is non-existent. If the Jets don't have a run game, that will ruin Aaron Rodgers' ability to set up play action and be efficient. With just no efficiency on first and second downs and being in third down and long every single time, that is an absolute failure. We can't expect this offense to be successful if you can't run the football. That's where it starts. If you look at all the successful Aaron Rodgers-led offenses with Green Bay, it started with running the football with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, setting up play action, setting up shots down the field to Davante Adams and Randall Cobb. It created the defenses had to buy into the run because there's such good running backs and such a good running game that all of a sudden Rodgers does the elite play action. Now nobody's faking. Nobody's getting fooled by the play action when you're not even intimidated by the run. That's where it all starts, bro. Jets forever, you are continuously proving you do not know football because guess what? We passed the ball 54 times, which is a recipe for failure. If you cannot run the football, you will lose. 54 pass attempts. That's all you want. And it failed. We ran the ball, like 15 times compared to 55 pass attempts? You continuously prove you don't know ball with this take. You say pass the ball every time. It's not working. You need to run the football to set up the pass. You have to run. And guess what? The Jets they're trying to run and failing every time. They're failing. I don't blame them for attempting to run, but they continuously fail. 54 pass attempts for Aaron Rodgers is a recipe for failure. Failure. Especially with a 40-year-old quarterback. He's going to get hurt. The more he drops back to pass, you're giving Aaron Rodgers 54 opportunities to get hit. It's so ridiculous. They need another running back. Absolutely not. This is not a running back issue. You watch these games, you're coming away that the running backs are the issues here? That's ridiculous. Do I have to show you the film? Our tight ends are missing blocks. Our offensive line stinks. Every single time both Breece Hall and Braylon Allen get the football, there is a defender in the backfield every single time. Every time. And we're going to blame that we need... Name me a running back in the NFL that we can bring in and is all of a sudden going to rush for 100 yards. Somebody please enlighten me. No, I think to help Breece Hall. Bringing in another running back doesn't help Breece Hall. We have another running back in Braylon Allen. Everybody's like, oh, Breece Hall sucks in short yardage situations after the Broncos game. Oh, why do we give the ball to Breece Hall at the goal line? Okay, let's give Braylon Allen the football on 3rd and short. What happens? Gets stuffed. Let's go for it on 4th down and give the ball to Braylon Allen in short yardage situation. What happens? He gets stuffed. Newsflash, it's not a talent at the running back that's the issue. Come on now. This is a coaching failure. It's an offensive run blocking malpractice. Lack of execution, lack of discipline. I don't know what it is. Keith Carter sucks. Absolutely trash, Keith Carter. Okay? Go watch the tape, man. We have a tight end in Brait who we've signed off the waivers who is playing so much for no reason, and he stinks. Stinks! I watched this guy, blow a million blocks in one game. I'll show you it right now. I'll show you what I saw on X today. Look at this. Look what I had to see. This is what I'm talking about. Name a running back that could absolutely, withstand this, right? Look at number 84. Get him off the field. Get this guy off the field. Look at the blocks that he's missing. Look at that. That's your assignment. You blow it. What's Breece Hall supposed to do here, folks? Look at that. There's 2 Vikings players. Who is getting past this? Nobody, okay? Look at the blocking. Number 84. 3rd tight end. He should be cut today. Look at him. One-on-one with this defender. You should be completely taking him out of the play. What does he do? Whiffs it. Absolutely whiffs it. And he is right there. Where's Breece supposed to go here? Somebody enlighten me. He tries to break through to this hole, but it's way too late. There's 2 Vikings defenders right there to bring him down. Unbelievable. Next play. Look at this guy. I don't even want to say his name. He's so bad. He tries to get into the second level. All right, let's take... You're supposed to chip 58 and then climb into the second level. But he can't even get either of them. Not one of them. He lets 58 and number 0 go right by him. And look at him. Trash. Absolute trash. Oh, look, there's another play. Letting this defender just go right by. Notice that this is with both Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. This is not a Breece Hall issue. If you watch the film, you know this is not a running back issue. It's not the running backs, there's holes that they're missing. It's not like the running backs are dropping passes. It's not like we're seeing our running backs run into walls when there's open holes. There's no lanes for our running backs anywhere. They're nowhere to be found. This is just bad football, bad trench play, awful stuff. When you don't have a running game, it's not allowing our quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, to get into a comfortable rhythm to throw the ball down the football field. Okay? It's ridiculous. You need a superhuman cyborg to be able to run the football. AVT actually graded out very well in this game, surprisingly enough. You go to PFF, AVT was one of the better guards, I believe, in that game. AVT was, I think, the best player for the Jets on the offensive line yesterday. So it's not him. Let me make sure I'm correct on this. Yeah, so AVT, see on your screen now, here is his grades for the season. He's not been that bad. He hasn't. He's an 80 pass blocking grade, which is third amongst the guards in the NFL. AVT has an 80 pass block grade this season, which is third amongst guards. So I would disagree with that. I don't know where. How do you go by game? I got to figure out how to see the game. But, man, AVT has not been the issue. I'm telling you, man, it's the coaching is this issue. Also, Olu is just trash. Wow, thanks for pointing out that horrible tight end blocking, looking like a turnstile, not a running back problem. If you come away from these games and you think we have a running back issue, I'm telling you right now, you have to watch the actual details. You need to know what's going on with this team deeper. If you look at the box score, like, oh, look, at Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, they got no rushing yards. They both stinks. If you think the running backs suck based off of what you're watching, you need to learn more about football. I'm sorry. I don't want to call anybody out, but like there's so much more that's going on with this than just a running back's like issue, man. You put any running back on this team, they're doing the same thing. Maybe you put Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry's literally the best running back in the entire league right now. I mean, give me a break. So there's a lot of issues. Another issue, which is very simple, outside the offensive line, the wide receivers are just not on Aaron Rodgers' page. The only wide receiver that understands Aaron Rodgers is Allen Lazard, and he can't catch balls. You know what I mean? He had one good touchdown grab, and he drops a third down. He drops so many. It's like so ridiculous. Every time Rodgers puts the ball, crazy back shoulder throw. I mean, talk about that throw that Rodgers had before half. Into the end zone, ridiculous ball placement. Like, nobody in the NFL can put the ball where Rodgers is putting it, and Lazard drops it every time. Not every time. He had a touchdown. Okay. But let me show you the exact throws I'm talking about so people can stop thinking I'm just... Please, look at this montage that my boy, NY Jets fans only, Dylan, put on X this morning. Look at these right here on the screen, man. Look at this. Look at this. This is what we have. Lazard, look, that ball, let me just add some context to this right here. This is second down, okay? If Lazard caught this freaking football, do you know what happened the next play after this drop? Do you know what happened after this play? The pick six. The pick six, okay? Now, I'm not blaming, like, Rodgers is the one that threw the pick six. Of course, he's to blame. But, bro, I said all week we cannot allow our team to be in third and long opportunities. And this is exactly what I mean. I mean, what am I even looking at? By the way, that's not the only one. All right, watch. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. Watch. Look at this. Right in the breadbasket, almost intercepted. And look at Rodgers, visibly upset, as he should be. And this is the touchdown that I was talking about. Now, listen, is this a tough grab? Absolutely. But when you have a Hall of Fame quarterback, you have to absolutely have a wide receiver to match the talent, and that's what Davante Adams could bring. It hits both of his hands, bro. If he brings this in, like, dude, Davante Adams catches that. I mean, kudos to Lazard because at least Lazard can expect. Like, that's what I hope I'm making sense. I hope you guys can get it. Like, Lazard is the only receiver on this team that knows, okay, I have to expect Rodgers to put the ball back shoulder, squeeze this in only where I can get it. Like, Lazard gets it. Lazard has a great mindset. Lazard is on the same page with Aaron Rodgers, but he lacks the execution of catching the football. Like, that throw is ridiculous. Look how covered Lazard is. And I know this is a tough grab, but when you have a quarterback that could put the ball in these types of placements, you need to come through, and he doesn't. This catch could have turned the entire game around. Drops it. Look at this ball placement. I mean, this throw is ridiculous. Again, down the right sideline, hits Lazard's in the hands, dropped. Now, am I showing you a montage of tough catches? Some of them are tough, some of them are really easy. This is a tough grab. You know who can make these catches? Davante Adams. Right? That's who makes these catches. That's why my biggest takeaway from yesterday's game is we need Davante more than ever. Because Lazard is the Walmart version of Davante. He is on the same page of Rodgers. He knows when the ball's coming. He knows the routes to run. He's on great timing. He understands everything of the playbook, right? But he's not executing enough. Like that ball is just, he's not executing enough. That's what it comes down to. Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, they put up numbers, but they're still not on the same page. That's going to come with time. David JETS with a $10 super chat. Met you at Circa, brother. Screw this team. Screw Rodgers. Screw Lazard. Screw Salah. Screw Hackett. Screw Woody. Screw Ahmad Gardner. Not even calling him Sauce anymore. Screw Brees. Screw Garrett Wilson. Replace screw with F. Woo! My boy's pissed off. David, it was a pleasure to meet you in Vegas. And, man, you are the voice of Jets fans right now, an absolute voice of Jets fans. Thank you for this super chat. I can tell you every Jets fan can relate to what you just said right here. This is how we feel, man. This is how we feel. This is how we feel. I appreciate the super chat. Everybody give David some Dono hype right now. Dono hype in the chat for David. Voicing reason. We need a pass rusher. Are you guys watching these games? Or are you just like, what world is this guy? So let me just educate you, my man, Mr. Miyagi, who I absolutely respect, who's always a good supporter of the channel. The Jets had one of the best pass rushing games of the season. They had 4 sacks, a lot of quarterback pressures. The defense was not the issue yesterday. Were they perfect? No. But you look at the numbers, their pass rushing grade was ridiculous. They had 4 sacks. Their pass rush win rate was off the charts. The defense is the last thing that Jets fans should be worried about. We don't need pass rush. We need an offense. Remember, to start off the season, we're like, oh, wow, the defense is the issue. No, it's flipped right back to what it was last year. The pass rush, Will McDonald, 6 sacks. The pass rush got home yesterday. Jeremy with a $5 super chat. Lazard played the role of Braxton Berrios from the Viking game last year. We want Adams. We want Adams, and we need him. Oh, my God, we need him. So freaking bad, man. So freaking man. Shout out to Jeremy for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate you. Do you know what I feel like that I'm getting PTSD from last year? Is that I can't even celebrate the good things about this defense because of how bad the offense is. Jamie Sherwood is playing great football. DJ Reed is the best corner in the league, according to PFF this season. DJ Reed is playing better than he's ever played, and we can't even talk about it. Will McDonald is at the top of the league in sacks. We can't even talk about it because of how incompetent this offense is. Brandon Echols has 2 interceptions off the bench, and we can't even talk about it. Sauce Gardner needs to wake up because, listen, the only reason why I'm pissed at Sauce is because he had an easy interception that DJ Reed gifted him on a silver platter that he dropped. I mean, look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this. DJ Reed with a phenomenal play. If you missed what this play was, DJ Reed followed the running back on a drag route at the goal line. DJ Reed gets the pass break up, pops it up, and it's right there for you, Sauce. It's right there. Now, I know you're a corner. You're not a receiver. You don't have hands. But, bro, if I picked anybody in the chat and throw him on that football field, they would have caught this. Not to mention, he could have returned it for 6. Who knows? But what it would have done, more importantly, is the Vikings would not have scored a touchdown. Unbelievable. The penalties is another thing that I'm not even going to talk about because the penalties on the Jets was ridiculous. Like, absolute ridiculous. Ticky-tacky calls that they were freaking calling on the Jets. But this is something that he has to catch. DJ Reed is the first team All-Pro corner this season for this Jets team. And Quincy Williams. Not Sauce so far. There's no excuse, Sauce. You got to make that. And he will tell you. He will tell you that. Lascelles with a $5. I appreciate you, man. Yo, Richie, I'm sorry, but if nothing changes after these next 3 games, I need a full offensive overhaul. Yeah, I mean, listen. The schedule is tough right now. The schedule is tough. All right? So we're in the midst of a tough schedule, and the Jets got to come through right now. Big game in a week on Monday night against a Bills team that's lost 2 in a row. So the Jets have a chance to be in first place in the division. But, hey, I'm not going to try to convince anybody that that's going to happen. Lascelles, appreciate the super chat. Barney Miller, $5. Silver lining, Finn suck, Pat suck, Bills are dumb. And lastly, also, Lazard knows where to go. Garrett Wilson knows how to catch. Davante knows both. Faith. Bingo was his name. Oh, do. This is it. Lazard knows where to go, but he cannot catch. Garrett Wilson doesn't know where to go, but he can catch. Davante Adams can do both, which is why we need him. Davante Adams will be a Jet today or tomorrow. Hopefully. Now, I am going to the Mets playoff game tomorrow, and with my luck, the Jets are going to trade for Davante Adams while I'm at Citi Field. So if the Jets trade for Davante Adams tomorrow while the Mets playoff game is on, just know that I will be at Citi Field and unable to react to it until I get home. So that's why I'm hoping it happens today or early tomorrow, because I don't want that to happen during the Mets game. I want to focus on my Mets. I want to focus on being in a playoff atmosphere, enjoy actual playoff energy. Hopefully it happens. Lefty with a $5. Cut bait with Rodgers, Lazard, and the GM and coaching staff. They set you back enough already. Trading for Adams won't help you. I disagree with this. I'm not ready to just punt. I'm not ready to punt. And I know some of you guys are, and I'm not going to tell you guys you shouldn't. I'm not telling you guys you shouldn't. All right? But I said Mets playoff game, bro. Do you have something wrong with your ears? I said I'm going to a Mets playoff game tomorrow. Mets baseball. This guy is a moron. I will be at a Mets playoff game tomorrow. That's what I said, bro. Get your ears checked. But what I was trying to say is I'm not ready to fire anybody. I'm not ready to do anything. I need to see more. I need to let this. There's too many all-in chips in for me to just want to pull the plug after 5 games. And listen, I do not expect anybody or any of you guys to agree with me. That's not what I do here. I don't come on here to try to make friends and make everybody believe and like me try to convince anybody. That's not what I'm doing. But the way I look at it is this. The New York Jets put all of their eggs in a basket for this freaking team, man. And I'm not ready to pull the plug right away. I'm not. And Aaron Rodgers said it best in the press conference because everybody's going to turn against this team. Everybody, including our own fan base. Including our own fan base, which hurts. Aaron Rodgers said it best. What the Jets need to do is come together, like inside the locker room, right? I'm talking about Coach Saleh, Hackett, Ulbrich, Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Tyron Smith, the defense. Everybody within the organization, they need to come together and not butt heads because that's our only chance. Outside the building, it's going to be chaotic. Jets fans want everybody fired. The NFL media is going to plummet the Jets in the power rankings. Everybody in the NFL media world is going to talk about Rodgers being washed up. Everybody's going to talk about the Jets stinking. That is inevitable, and it is also justified. But what we need to see is inside our building of the New York Jets facility is not that to happen. We cannot let the adversity creep in the building. And as of right now, that's not the case. And I'm hopeful that that's our way to stare adversity in the face and move on, right? This is the time for our football team to come together. And I invite any Jets fan that wants to join me. You don't have to join me on this. It's not, listen, we've been through misery as a Jets fan base throughout our entire lives. There's no reason to look at this team and believe that we have a chance to, come back and win anything. But I'm not giving up. I'm not calling for anybody's job. I'm not saying punt. I'm not saying tank. I'm not saying don't trade for Davante. I am saying go trade for Davante Adams. Let's face adversity and let's go on a freaking run. Because we're coming off back-to-back losses where we had a chance to win it in the fourth quarter and we failed. If we can figure out a way to clean up our issues, keep playing dominant defense, and figure out this offense, because I'm telling you guys, listen, Aaron Rodgers with Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson, that could literally be the missing piece of this entire offense. It's not going to fix everything, but it could, glance over the major issues. There's so much football left to be played. And let me remind everybody as well, we're not buried in the standings. We're not 5 games back. We're 1 win away from being in first place in the division. Also, look across the AFC conference. There's nobody running away with the wild card. Let's stop pretending that this Jets team is out. Okay? I'm so sick of having us Jets fans give up so early. And I get why. We've been through misery. There's no reason why we should believe. But I'm somebody that keeps the faith. Joe Douglas told me personally at training camp. I asked Joe Douglas, what is your message, Joe, for this team and to this fan base? Keep the faith. I'm going to keep the faith. And if you're not going to keep the faith, this isn't the channel for you. I'm sorry. Because I'm not going to sit here and start being negative Nancy and tell him to fire Coach Saleh, trade Rodgers, don't trade for Davante. I'm not giving up. And if you are giving up, that is totally okay. You have every right to fan the way you want to fan. I'm no fan police. But all I'm saying is you have no right to come on my channel and tell me how to fan. Because I'm not telling anybody how to fan. If you want to give up, you can give up and watch, ESPN and watch them roast the Jets. Watch WFAN, listen to them roasting the Jets. I will roast the Jets, like I have been, by the way, this entire show. But I'm not going to say the whole world's falling. I'm going to talk about the adversity that we are dealing with and how we can fix it, how we can figure it out. Because we have a 40-year-old aging quarterback at the end of his career, at the end of his first ballot Hall of Fame career. And we have adversity. You got to look at this from a life perspective. If we all go with our everyday lives and we deal with adversity in our job, in our relationships, whatever the case may be? Do you let adversity just take over and you spiral down and you turn into a little ball of nothingness? Or do you allow that for an opportunity to get stronger and learn from your mistakes? Okay? We need to realize that this is a long football season. The AFC East is wide open. The AFC Conference is wide open. And I think we can all agree that this offense was not going to be good to start off the season. If you thought this offense was going to go out there and light it up right away, I'm sorry. That is your mistake. I never believed that. I believe this defense will come out of the gate and play championship level defense, which they have done besides one game. And the offense showed flashes of good, more flashes of bad. We need to find the consistency. We need to freaking do this, man. And I don't want to make it seem like I'm guaranteeing the Jets to go on a run. No. All I'm doing is being a fan, hoping that my team can figure this out. All I'm doing is realizing that we have a fan base that is poisoned with negativity because of how bad our team has been. And that is totally okay, bro. If you're a fan and you're just totally sick of this and you don't want to watch a game for the rest of the season, I don't relate to that, but that's just you. I see the vision of this team. I look at the talent. I look at the coaching, and it's not working right now. We have a lot of football left to be played. I'm just not ready to give up. I'm not. And if that makes me delusional or whatever word you want to use, guess what? Don't care. I'm going to continuously do what I do here. All right? All I'm doing is keeping the faith that this team can stay together. That's all I want. Can the adversity make this team better or will it make it worse? Right? Will the adversity that they're dealing with crumble this team and everyone is going to point fingers at each other and everyone's going to start blaming everybody and then everybody is just not going to come together and we're going to get worse as a season? Is that possible? Yeah, it's possible. Or they look at the mistakes, they trade for Davante Adams, and let's freaking go. And I hope everyone realizes that this team deserves to be criticized right now. This team deserves their critique from the fans. They deserve their critique from the NFL media. I'm not saying any of that is justified. This coaching staff deserves to be on the hot seat. This quarterback of Aaron Rodgers deserves to be held accountable, which he held himself accountable. I'm holding him accountable. Jets fans are holding him accountable. We have these high expectations from these players around Aaron Rodgers, like Breece Hall is not stepping up. We have these high expectations from this revamped offensive line that's not stepping up. We all could be critical of our team. We all could be critical of our players. But that does not mean that I am just going to just cancel the season and say, no, don't trade for Davante. No, this team is not built to do anything. I'm not ready to do that just yet. 4 weeks from now, if we're 3-7, then yeah, it's time to have those conversations. But we're 2-3 after 5 weeks. And I've seen a lot of teams start off the season slow and finish off hot. That's what it comes down to. Let me remind you guys about the Mets real quick. I know this is a completely different team. I know it's a completely different sport. But it's not about how you start the season. It's about how you finish the season. The Mets started 0-5. And I know not everybody's Mets fans. I know we have Yankees fans in the chat. I also know we have we probably have some people that hate baseball. But let me just remind you guys that it's not about how you start a season. It's about how you finish the season. The Mets started 0-5. Everybody counted out the Mets in a rebuilding year. And then they found some juice. They found some momentum. There was a chance that the Mets were going to blow things up before the deadline and be like sellers. But instead, they kept the core together. And look what the Mets are doing right now. Right? The Mets could have looked at the record like, oh, we are like 10 plus games under 500. The season's over. But no, they kept the core together. They kept believing. They kept the faith. They kept their confidence. And now they're in the playoffs making a run. All I'm saying is the Jets being 2-3 at this point. It's either we say, yeah, we suck, and just accept that as defeatment, as being defeated, or we use that as fuel. Because it's not about how you start the season. It's about how you finish. Right? For example, the Miami Dolphins, not this season, but year after year after year, the Miami Dolphins are the best team in football for the first few months. And then they fall off a cliff at the end of the season. Flip it over to the other side, the Kansas City Chiefs. They always start off the season slow. Now, this year, they're undefeated, but they're still not playing well. Last year, everybody counting out the Chiefs. All of a sudden, fast forward to December, January football, the Chiefs are playing their best brand of football. They get into the playoffs, and they go win a Super Bowl. The Buffalo Bills last year, they were 6-6. Everybody counting out the Bills. The Bills' reign is done. And then they go on a winning streak, and they win the division. All I'm trying to do is remind you guys that it's not about how you start off the season. Starting off the season with a brand new quarterback especially is all trial and error. What works, what doesn't work, what can we clean up? It's about how you can deal with these mistakes and how we can go past. Now, I also want to make sure you guys realize I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that the Jets are going to use the motivation and use these losses to figure it out. I'm not sitting here saying it's going to happen 100%. All I'm saying is there is a chance. There is hope. And I'm sorry that of me hoping that my team can figure themselves out is so much of a delusional, biased take. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just the fan I am. I'm someone that keeps the positive energy alive. I'm someone that's not going to stop believing until we're officially eliminated. Just like I did not believe that game is over against the Vikings until the fourth quarter hit 0. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. Keith the Change, my boy Keith. We need Adams, but I don't trust his coaching staff to get it right. Do you really believe it will get better? Listen, the reason why I want Davante Adams more than anything, Keith, is that reason alone, is because I don't trust his coaching staff, and we need somebody that can kind of mask our incompetent coaching, because that is a big issue. The coaches on the defense has always been fantastic. To the coordinator, to the positional coaches, we have linebackers playing out of their mind that are off the bench. We have corners coming off the bench playing great. We have undrafted free agents across the defensive line playing great. The defensive coaching staff is phenomenal. The offensive coaching staff sucks, which is why a superstar talent like Davante Adams may be something that can mask over the incompetence of the coaching staff. That's how I look at it. Appreciate the super chat, Keith. Barney is a new member of the channel. Appreciate you, Barney. Peculiar says, honestly, sick of these scrap head coaches. Can we bring in a legit staff for once? That would be nice. But we have what we have. We have a lot of great talent on the defensive coaching staff. I love White Cotton. I love Odin. I love Ulbrich. But then you flip it over to the offense. I hate Keith Carter. I hate Nathaniel Hackett. Sean Jefferson, I guess, is a cool wide receivers coach, but is he really? It just comes down to we have a defensive-minded head coach who built a phenomenal defensive coaching staff, and he failed to build a good offensive coaching staff, and that falls right on Saleh. Right on Saleh. Yeah, bud, MLB has more than 18 games. Obviously, you can't look at the comparison with the Mets as exactly, but we're 5 games in. We're 2-3. If the Jets go on a, win 5 of the next 7 games, they're right in the playoff run. If they win 2 of the next 3 games, you know what I mean? Like, we're 5 weeks in. That's why I probably shouldn't have compared baseball to football, because I know these comments would have came in. It's obviously not apples to apples here. But my point is, look at the Bills last year. They started the season 6-6, and everybody counted them out, and they won out. It's about how you finish, not how you start. You feel me? My only comparison of baseball was just because I'm a Mets fan. But you can connect it with the NFL, right? Listen to this. The Peyton Manning-led Broncos, they started 2-3. So this relates to football. So sorry if my baseball analogy didn't connect in your brain, but this also connects with the NFL. Listen, the Peyton Manning-led Broncos, when he first went to the Broncos, they started 2-3. All right? And they won the Super Bowl that year. Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers. They started 3-3. A lot of adversity. They won the Super Bowl. That's not the case. Just saying. We have this guy. You're home in your mom's basement talking shit on the NFL team. Actually, I'm in an apartment that I pay for myself. All right? This is a studio that I pay for on my own doing. I do this full time. And I'm living my dream, actually. So you can keep assuming your boy's in my parents' basement. Not the case. Not the case at all, actually. This is all paid for myself. I do this full time. This is my job. And thanks for paying for it. We, the ones who live. Let's go, baby. The hate keeps coming in. Look at this guy. Get a real job. This is a job. You're looking at it. What do you mean, get a real job? This is my job. Full time. And I will never stop doing it. And I have so much loyal supporters that support what I do. And I love you all for that. I love you all for that, bro. Your profile picture is a prime, is a picture of a prime bottle. What are you, 12 years old? Give me a break. Get out of your mom's basement. You wish I was in my parents' basement right now. You wish. Oh, these haters, man. They just root for failure because, I don't know. And usually I don't acknowledge the haters, but sometimes it's just fun. Sometimes it's hilarious. See, like, even one of my biggest haters right here, I have so much respect for Paul Costa right here. He hates the Jets, but he shows respect. Not everybody's supposed to love the Jets. He hates Rodgers. He hates the Jets, as you should, because you're not a Jets fan, but you respect me, and I appreciate you, Paul. Appreciate you. Well, let's go, baby. This is what we do. This is what we do, man. Honoron says, Jets media props, Richie. Keep it real. Miami and Jets aren't that different. Similar discussions with TD in your own style. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. TD and I, it pains me that the Jets and the Dolphins have the same record, by the way. Crazy, bro. Don't get a real job. They suck. To me, this is a real job. I mean, you guys realize how much work I put in? The people that tell me that I don't have a real job, it's a job. I mean, if I didn't do what I do, I wouldn't be able to afford rent. I wouldn't be able to afford utilities, all the expenses I have. This is a real job. I just work for myself. I mean, that's the only difference. This is a real job. That's why I never get the people that tell me, oh, yo, bro, get a real job. I make enough for a living to just work for myself, and I hold myself accountable. I'm the one that has to do all these things. So I think this is a job, but that's how I look at it. Let's go. Let's go. It's not about, hey, I don't know what makes a real job compared to a fake job or this job. We all work, and this is what I'm doing right now, man. And unfortunately, you know what I do for a living now that I think about it? I talk about crap football. I have never witnessed a good team. I've never covered a successful team, bro. I've never covered a playoff team. I started this in 2019. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. I cover bad football for a living. It's funny when you think of it like that. Luckily, I have my Knicks, though, who was on a championship race. I gave up on Mets media because I could not cover baseball. I mean, if you guys know, I do have a Mets YouTube channel that I haven't posted a video in 3 years. Hey, man. I got my Knicks. I wish Mets media was still active. Maybe I should just start making Mets content now that they're in the playoffs. I won't do that. That's bandwagon content. I mean, I've been a Mets fan my whole life, but you guys have any idea how hard it is to cover football and basketball and baseball? That is tough. That is tough. Your guy Wardy has that unlocked. Yeah, my boy Wardy's got that. And you know what? I'm going to tease this. For anybody that does know Wardy NYM, he's actually going to be a big part of Knicks media this year. So if you guys are Knicks fans and Mets fans, Wardy NYM, who is the #1 Mets YouTuber, he is going to be helping out with Knicks media this year. He's been on Knicks media before, but he's going to have a big role because I need help. There's so much going on, man. Shout out to Wardy, my boy. Rich does his job better than the entire Jets organization. Nah, man. Don't make this a me versus the Jets organization. We're all love here. Nah, in all seriousness, man. I appreciate all the support, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are funny. B-Mac with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, B-Mac. I appreciate you, bro. What people don't understand is part of Richie's business relies on the success of the New York Jets. He has it harder than just about anybody yet. Here he is week after week, growing and growing. Much love, Richie. Salute to you, brother. B-Mac, you are so generous with these super chats. I can't even describe to you how much this means. All your support. Yeah, I mean, it is, and I have never witnessed a successful Jets season as I covered them. I started covering them in 2019. We're in 2024, folks. And luckily, you know what I did, B-Mac? You know what I did? I scaled my business to be outside of Jets because I would not be able to survive just covering the Jets. I have to cover the Knicks now. I'm building a brand new sports media company from the ground called Roundtable Sports that you guys are all know. And I'm assuming most of you guys know what Roundtable Sports is. We have a creator affiliated with every single team across the network. I got 2 awesome business partners. We're building a sports media company from the ground up. That has been a fun experience here. And I'm trying to scale it so I don't have to depend on the Jets' success. That's how I look at it. Appreciate B-Mac. I appreciate you more than you know, man. Appreciate you more than you know. Yeah, they had Josh Allen. The Bills, yeah. They did have Josh Allen. How's Josh Allen doing? He, what was he, 9 for 30 yesterday? What is that, 28 completion percentage? Yeah, that's an MVP, right? Josh Allen. You saw what Cam Ward did versus Cal's number 1 defense. I did not see a lot of college football this weekend. I did see a lot of upsets, though. I saw Bama lose. I did not see a lot of... I saw some of the scores, but I'll be lying to you. I did not see, like, a lot of college football. You feel me? Jets can turn it around. 17 games. Let's go. That's the energy, baby. That's the energy. That guy earlier was out of line, Richie. Hey, bro. You know what? Joke's on him because I did build the business out of the basement, but this is where I am after that. Hey, let's keep it a buck with you guys. I'll be transparent. It started down there, but now we here in a beautiful apartment, and I'm living my dream. Because of you all. Love you guys. I love you guys, man. Oh, man. This team stresses us all out. I'm going to start making this Jets therapy sessions. How about that? Should we start renaming it? This is basically what it's become, Jets therapy. Cam Ward comeback 10-35 versus number 1 defense. Wow. Is that true? He came all the way back from that? I got to go watch that. Thank you for the $2, my friend. Much love to you. Much love to you, man. Richie, let them hate. You know what Salah said. If you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. You know what, Mike D's. I appreciate you, brother. Mike D's in the house. All right, let's look at some early odds for next week's game, Jets-Bills. All right, I'm BetUS Sportsbook, the number 1 online sportsbook on the face of the planet. The Jets are 3-point underdogs at home on prime time on BetUS. 3-point underdogs at home on prime time football. How does that make you guys feel? That the New York Jets are 3-point underdogs. Now, I understand why. I'm curious, are the Jets going to have a healthy Rodgers? Are the Bills going to have a healthy Josh Allen? Because Josh Allen may have a concussion that the Bills were hiding, which is a very big deal. And Aaron Rodgers has an ankle sprain. If you guys want to get a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, don't forget to use code 100. Use the code YouTube150, and you will get a 150% bonus and 125% on your next 2 deposits by using the code YouTube150. Big time shout out to BetUS for being the proud sportsbook sponsor of Jets Media all season long. Big time shout out to BetUS, folks. Absolutely love everything about BetUS. Bet responsibly, folks. And the Jets are 3-point dogs at home. That is interesting. Isaac with a $5. Richie, what do you think the trade compensation would be for Adams? 3rd and a 4th? Well, apparently it starts at a 2nd, right? It's starting at a 2nd. That's what the Raiders want, but maybe we can give them a value that is equivalent to a 2nd-round pick. Maybe it is a 3rd and a 5th. Maybe there's some conditionals involved. Honestly, I don't even know. I think it gets done today or tomorrow. I'm hoping that it happens today because I don't want to be at the Mets game tomorrow when it happens. That's how I look at it. I don't want to be at a Mets game tomorrow. Listen, I won't be upset if the Jets get Davante while I'm at the Mets game because that means they got him. But selfishly, I hope that it doesn't happen. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Lissell, another super chat. Can bring in another East Division team fan in New York Knicks media like Nets fan, 76ers fan, etc. Yeah, I would love to start that on Roundtable Sports, Lissell. Got to get more rivals into it. Maybe I get what is it, Atlantic Division? Why am I blanking on our division name? It's the Atlantic Division, right? So we shall see, man. That'll be fun. Got to get a round table with me, a Sixers fan, Raptors, Nets, Celtics. That'll be fun. Appreciate the super chat as always, Lissell. Much love to you. I don't want to start previewing the Jets-Bills game, but Josh Allen's coming off his worst game of the season, and now he has to go into MetLife Stadium against a red-hot defense, might I add. A defense that owns him at MetLife Stadium. I have more confidence in the Jets going into the Buffalo game than I did against the Vikings, to be honest. Just saying. The Jets' defense was dominant against the Minnesota Vikings. They held Sam Darnold in check. They held the run game in check. But will the Jets' offense be able to bounce back? That's the only question I have. So, we shall see. We're monitoring the Davante Adams situation as well. Very, very closely. Please give me some news that Davante's a Jet today. I can't take it, I can't take it anymore. Albert Breer on the Davante Adams situation. Perception across teams involved holds that Adams is trying to get to the Jets. Expect this done in the next 48 hours. Damn, bro. We got to get that happening, man. Can we get it happening already? The Raiders' preference. Let's see this update. You think this is a must-win? Honestly, Keith? Yeah. You lose this game against Buffalo, you fall to 2-4. If you win this game against Buffalo, you're undefeated in the division, and you're back at 3-3. And vibes are high. This may be a must-win. Buffalo Wing says we will split with the Jets. That's how I look at it. I going into the season, I had the Jets splitting with the Bills. We win at MetLife, we lose in Buffalo. I think Bills fans, can we all shake hands on that? Can we agree? We will beat you at MetLife. You will beat us in Buffalo. All right, truce. That's our truce. Please. I think any Jets fan can agree with that. This is a must-win, bro. The Jets cannot lose at home on Monday night against our division rival that we're trying to dethrone. They can't. That's how I look at it, man. They can't. The Bills haven't swept the Jets in a long time, man. The Raiders' preference as an organization is to get a Davante Adams trade done sooner rather than later, but the Raiders aren't going to just settle for any deal. The reality is this. Mark Davis and the Raiders, they don't want to keep paying Davante Adams for him not playing. Davante Adams has not shown up. Davante Adams will get traded this week. 100%. The question is, when? Today or tomorrow? Because, the Saints are the only team that's threatening the Jets, right? Of not getting Davante, but the Saints don't have money. And the Raiders don't have money either. So I don't know where that's going to happen. The Raiders just got killed by the Broncos. By the way, the Broncos that everybody was like, oh, the Jets lost to the Broncos. They're all of a sudden on a 3-game winning streak and are 3-2. We have to worry about the Broncos in the wild card race. I mean, look at the AFC conference playoff race real quick. Let me see. NFL playoff picture. What does the standings look like? Let's see this. Let's take a look real quick at the playoff standings across the AFC. All right? You got the 4 division leaders, Chiefs, Texans, Ravens, Bills, okay? And then all of the wild card teams. You got the Steelers, Broncos, Chargers who want to buy, and the Jets right out of it. It's wide open, bro. It's so wide open. According to the Jets have had 63% of making the playoffs. This is what I mean by, like, people call me delusional. People call me too, like, optimistic. When I look at the standings, somebody tell me where the Jets are eliminated from the playoffs. Somebody tell me. Obviously, we have to win in order to make it, but, like, there's nobody running away with this freaking thing yet besides the Chiefs and the Texans. The Chiefs are winning their division. The Texans are winning their division. I have always said the Ravens are going to win their division, even though they started 0-2. The Bills are having issues. The Steelers lost 2 in a row. The Broncos, I mean, they're not going to keep this up, are they? We shall see. The Chargers, we shall see. The Raiders stink. The Dolphins stink. The Colts stink. The Titans stink. The Browns stink. The Patriots stink. And the Bengals, who is a team that you would think would be in the playoffs, they're in last place. I mean, the AFC is wide open. Which is why I'm hopeful that our team can figure themselves out and start playing better football, man. I know right now, we're like, the NFC is the conference that we thought the AFC would be. Look at the NFC all of a sudden. The NFC is ridiculous. Oh my God. Look at this conference. Vikings 5-0. Commanders 4-1. Jeez. And look at the wild card race. Lions 3-1. Buccaneers 3-2. Cowboys 3-2. And then the teams in the bubble: 3-2 Packers, 3-2 Bears, 2-2 Eagles, 2-2 Saints, 2-3 Cardinals who just beat the Niners, 2-3 Niners. Wow, the NFC is what we thought the AFC would be, right? If this was flipped, if the Jets were in the NFC conference, I think Jets fans should feel a little bit more pessimistic. But look across the division, look across the conference. The New York Jets are still alive, but at the end of the day, the Jets got to take care of business, right? We can't just look at, the standing and be like, oh, the Jets are alive. Yeah, we'll be fine. I get that. We got to win football games. And I'm gonna pat myself on the back real quick, if you guys don't mind, because on my show on the Huddle with TD and Dan, we had a segment of who can be this year's Houston Texans, and I said the Commanders, because they got a rookie quarterback I love. They got a first-year head coach, and now look at the Commanders, 4-1. I like the Commanders. I was on them from the jump. Oh, I got ESPN on there covering the Jets. I wonder what they're going to say good about us. Nothing. They don't deserve to be talking good. Nothing. Man, the NFL is interesting this year. Do you know who has been phenomenal for the Jets this season, who deserves love? Because that's my biggest issue with playing bad football and losing, is we can't talk about the good players. DJ Reed is playing better than anybody would have expected. And by the way, let's not forget the optics of DJ Reed heading into the season. I think if you're a Jets fan and you watched training camp in the preseason, DJ Reed kind of looked like he was washed at one point. And now he's coming back and he is balling out better than he's ever played. DJ Reed is clamping players up. He's the number 1 ranked corner in football, according to PFF. Quincy Williams and Jamian Sherwood are at the top of the league in linebacker rankings. Our defense is really good right now. And let's not forget what the analysis of this team was early on. The Jets' defense was the issue after week 1. Now it's flipped. The Jets' defense is back. Let's go. DJ Reed is playing phenomenal. Those flags that they drew on DJ Reed was so bad. So bad. I can't believe they called that crap. I'm still pissed about it. Which is why I feel like if we can just get Davante Adams, that's something that I could feel like there should be hope in this team. I get it. If we don't land Davante Adams, it's going to take a little bit more for this offense to figure themselves out, man. But if this team can land Davante Adams, I'm not going to say he's going to solve every single issue on this team, but he is going to help a lot. Damn. How the heck did I clickbait you, my friend? Nikki, what did I do wrong? Jets vs. Vikings recap. Will the Jets trade for Davante Adams? That's clickbaity. Man, I never try to clickbait you guys. I hope you realize. I'm just recapping the game yesterday and talking about the speculation with Davante. Marco, Reed is playing for a new contract. He is, Marco. And the more I look at it, the more I realize that he's not going to get it by the Jets because we just simply can't afford it. You know who the Jets should sign to replace him? Brandon Eccles, who's also a free agent. Bro, Brandon Eccles is a baller. Can we talk about Brandon Eccles for a sec? Brandon Eccles is a baller. 2 interceptions this season. And can we all be honest, man? The 3 young stud players, you can argue the 4 because one of them got hurt, of that draft class, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Jermaine Johnson, are failing this season. Jermaine out for the season, so that's not his fault. Sauce has been a disappointment this year. Breece has been a disappointment this year. And Garrett has been a disappointment this year. I mean, yesterday's game, there's nothing to be on Garrett Wilson. Should be blaming him. He put up the numbers. He got a touchdown. Still not exactly on the same page with Rodgers, but that's the core of this team that us Jets fans have been hyping up and excited to be for the season, and they're failing. To be honest. I would not say Quinnen. I would not go this far and say Quinnen has been a disappointment this year because Quinnen Williams is a silent assassin. Quinnen Williams is the guy that eats up double teams, that's freeing up Michael Clemens for sacks, freeing up Will McDonald for sacks. Like, I hope people realize that you can't look at the box score to evaluate Quinnen Williams' play. I know we want him to, like, eat triple teams and dominate. Quinnen Williams is not having a bad season. Shout out to the defensive line yesterday. Leonard Taylor, the third. Bro, when Leonard Taylor got that sack, I thought that was Quinnen. When Leonard Taylor got that sack, I was like, let's go, Quinnen! And I'm like, that's Leonard Taylor? That looked like Quinnen. So, we shall see, man. Roger just spammed Wilson the ball. Like, 8 of those receptions were not efficient. I agree, which is why I'm not really counting that game yesterday as a Garrett Wilson breakout game because I don't think the efficiency was there. 22 targets. If you get 22 targets, you should get more than 101 yards. Just saying. Will McDonald is a stud. He's playing like one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Just saying. Now, the reason why Sauce is disappointing, let me just clarify on this. Sauce has not been playing bad, but he's not making plays that are like game-changing plays that I expect from him. Like that. Look at the freaking photo on the screen. You got to catch that. Like, you got to catch the ball if it's in your... Right? He's not a liability on the field, Sauce. Let's get that out of the way. He's no liability, but he's not making plays. That's the difference. Right? I think that's the biggest difference that I want to clear up. Sauce isn't out there giving up touchdowns left and right. He's not out there missing tackles. He's not a liability whatsoever, but he's lacking the big plays. And also, a lot of those penalties that were drawn on him were so ticky-tacky. Ticky-tacky. Bullshit. So, that's how I look at it, man. Folks, don't forget to smash the like button, man. We got a long show right now. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. We got 120 likes. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes right now. 200 likes for your boy. We are on Davante Adams trade watch. Will it happen today? Will it happen tomorrow? We shall see, man. There's a lot of Jets fans livid, as they should be, today. But will the Jets get Davante Adams? Come on. The Jets and the Saints are the 2 teams to watch for the Davante Adams trade. 100%. Oh, man. Oh, well, We got a long way to go. Long way to go, folks. A long season, more adversity on the way. Hopefully more success, though. Absolutely. The Jets had 2 games in a row where they had a chance to win it in the late fourth quarter and they lost. That's what hurts. If Rodgers pushed the ball down the field a little bit more and Greg Zuerlein hit the field goal, we would have escaped that one with a win. If Rodgers just scored a touchdown at the end of the game against the Vikings, we would have won. But even like starting off the game is obviously an issue. He can't get off to those bad starts. That's another thing. It's brutal. Brutal. All right, I think it's time to invite you guys in for a call-in. Olu looked like a tackle playing out of position. I don't know why we can't just roster an actual backup right tackle. Yeah, it's obvious that Olu is not a good swing tackle, man. I mean, he is learning on the fly. He never played right tackle in college, and he's our best option. But we need Morgan Moses back. And if Morgan Moses can come back from Monday night, that's going to be a big plus, man. Big plus. Hopefully he can come back. Hopefully he can come back against Buffalo, man. That would be huge. That would be huge, man. There's a lot of things to like, way more things to not like with this team so far this year. The only thing you can really, really like and hold your head high, Jets fans, is this reality, is that the AFC conference sucks. So it is all up to the Jets. That's why when I was talking to you guys earlier in the show, I'm like, guys, we just need this football team to like look at adversity in the face right now, figure themselves out, what's working, what's not working, and come back for vengeance. Right? You look at the schedule. We got the Bills, the Steelers, the Patriots, and the Texans coming up. We got to go game by game, but if they can win 3 of those 4 games, if they can beat the Bills, beat the Steelers, beat the Pats, and then Houston will be tough, of course, it'll look like a completely different team. And I know that the team that we looked at the last 2 weeks doesn't really give us a reason to believe that's possible, but you never know. You never know. You never know. Also, the Jets are coming off London, and we have to have a bye. We don't have a bye week after London. I find that very interesting. But we don't have a bye. So, we'll see what happens, man. Let's get into some callers. Outlaw, what's up, man? You're live. How you doing, brother?
Richie, salute, man. First time calling for this year. Oh, it's a bad echo, but I
fixed it. You're good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, man, listen, this game was this is a game that we should have definitely won this game. The first half was completely terrible, especially from Nathaniel Hackett's play calling was horrendous. Man, it's just like he definitely needs to go. And the only reason why he's still here is because of Aaron Rodgers, and it sucks that he's attached to him so much that we can't get rid of him. Robert Saleh, he definitely looks confused. I mean, we're down by 1, and he's sitting there on the sideline smiling, and I just didn't know why he was smiling. I was just like, this man is totally lost. And it's just like the only thing about Aaron Rodgers is like the first half he was missing his checkdowns. He was missing certain passes. Mike Williams, I wish Mike Williams would ask for the ball a little bit more. He's a little too quiet for me, and he's supposed to be our red zone, threat, and we're not even using him correctly and stuff. I did like that we did get the tight end involved in the game and stuff like that. I would say this man, Breece Hall. Breece Hall is another person that has been highly disappointing, man. It's just that he needs to start getting involved as well too, and we're not utilizing him correctly. And he definitely needs to get better because it just like seems like he's not breaking tackles the way how he used to. Mm-hmm. And also, Garrett Wilson, the connection is not there all the way, but this was a lot more better. And just like you said, that it wasn't as effective as it was And had Aaron Rodgers made that perfect pass when he did for that last play when Garrett Wilson did that little spin
Oh,
to
yeah.
get to that was completely. I was like, oh man, that was our game winner right there. And we should have definitely won that game. And you're completely right about Sauce Gardner. I was saying this from the beginning. He has not looked right since this whole season. Like he's not playing up to his standard.
Yeah.
I feel like to his standard, he's supposed to be that person that you fear to throw to, like that Darrell Revis presence, like all the great cornerbacks. But this year it's been lackluster. And DJ Reed, you could tell he's playing for a contract because that man is balling. Shout out to Quincy Williams as well too. This man is a playmaker. He's definitely been saving us. And I think they definitely killed that notion. I agree with you. They killed that notion that the tackling got a lot better from week 1 to now. I feel like it's much better. The sideline to sideline defense is a lot better as well too. And what else? I would say, oh dang, I forgot what else I was gonna say. But yeah,
you said a lot, Outlaw. You said a lot there that I agree with literally everything that you said. And I can't believe I forgot that one play you mentioned. But Outlaw, salute to you, man. Great to hear your voice. It's great to hear your voice again this season, man. I hope to have you next time calling in after a Jets dub. How about that, brother?
Yes, sir, my brother. And make sure you do this with the Knicks, man. We got to talk about some positive things as well, too,
hey,
man.
you got it. Hey, I got a big plan for Knicks Media this season. You're going to see a lot of new stuff,
sir.
so I'm excited for it, man.
All right, man.
I'll see you on Knicks Media, brother. Let's go. Shout out to Outlaw. He's been calling in for years now. Great to see him back. I can't believe I forgot about that play. I didn't mention it once on this show, and I think it's because I deleted it from my brain that I didn't want to relive it. But Aaron Rodgers missed the game-winning touchdown to Garrett Wilson, bro. Now, that play was a broken play. Not an easy one. But it was a hitch route. Garrett Wilson stopped on a dime. And then Garrett Wilson realizes that he's covered. He plants his foot, and he just goes vertical. Beats Gilmore. Wide open. Aaron Rodgers gets pressured. He's rolling off his back foot and flicks it. If he put that ball just right in the breadbasket, the Jets are 3-2 right now. Oh, my God. That's a play where, like, Aaron Rodgers usually makes, right? That's a play in the clutch. If we look back on it, Garrett Wilson would have had 2 touchdowns, over 100-plus yards, and, like, a game winner, and Jets fans would be, like, on cloud 9 right now if that play just connected. That one play. He was wide open. The next play was the interception he threw to Mike Williams, which was a terrible throw. So Aaron Rodgers is coming off his worst game as a Jet, and he's got to play better. Rodgers got to play better. The team around Rodgers got to play better. I'm holding this entire team accountable, man. That game yesterday was not a singular person's fault. It was a collective failure. From the quarterback to the coaches to the players around the quarterback. The only person in the only unit I'm not blaming is the defense. Somebody tell me where the defense should be blamed. Can't. Of course, you can knick-knack some plays here and there. But, bruh, come on. We expect you to make that throw. Aaron, that was the game winner right there. That was the game winner right there. LaSalle, what's good, bro? You're live.
I just wanted to say a quick thing. I
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to emphasize this one thing before the call-in show at AFC Roundtable. If I don't see at least 4 touchdowns by the offense, I don't want no win, nothing, no praise or anything to this offense if we win. I want at least 4 touchdowns from them.
So if we win in a defensive effort Monday night, you're not happy? We win 13 to 10
I'm happy, but I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna just be like, I'm not even gonna think about the offense. I'm just gonna say the defense played a great game. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
you have a good point. I mean, we need this offense to start playing good football, especially with the teams we have to go up against if we want to at least make the playoffs.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns. That should be like at least the minimum, or 3. I'll take 3.
I think 3 is the minimum.
I need that.
4 would be great.
I need that 4, bro. I need that 4. Like,
we all want it. We're all starving for it.
Yeah.
So, all right, LaSalle, I can't wait to hear what you got on Wednesday night. I appreciate it, man. And LaSalle's got a point, man. We're starving for a good offense. We expect a good offense with Aaron Rodgers, and we haven't had it yet. We've had one game of a good offense against the worst team in football, against the Patriots. Right? Outside of that game, we have not seen good offense. We have not seen good offensive line play. We have not seen anything to build off of. The running game, I think, is the biggest issue. I feel like, yeah, we should blame Rodgers. Yes, we should blame the offensive line. Yes, we should blame the coaching. But the running game in particular is the biggest issue I have personally. So, but I'll be honest, man. If the Jets beat the Bills 9-3 on Monday night and it's a defensive dominance, I'm not going to be complaining. Just be honest. Yeah, I want to score touchdowns. I want to feel good about my offense. But if we win in a defensive gritty game Monday night and we shut down Josh Allen, I will not be complaining. I'll say that. All right, let's get into more super chats, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. Next up, we got South End. What's good, brother?
Richie, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, my man. Wish we were celebrating Victory Monday, but hey, we're not.
Yeah, bro, rough. I actually turned the game off for the first time. I'm 33 years old, bro. Turned it off at fucking after Rodgers took that shot to the back from Harrison Smith before halftime, and I'm like,
done?
no, I just, dude,
He was done.
No, I'm just getting too fucking worked up, bro. And like my girl's sitting here next to me, I'm like, it's just fucking. We went for a bike ride, and the Jets start coming back when I'm not watching. I'm like, why is this like this? And then I'm like tuning in. I go, oh, babe, they're in the red zone. I pull it up on my phone. We're on a 6-mile bike ride. And I watch the red zone drive, and Lazard drops a touchdown. She's like, you're going to jinx him. You're going to jinx him. And I'm like, why are you right? It's so frustrating, dude. Like, this was all Jets room, and it's slowly
Look at that room, bro. Oh, my God. That's beautiful.
Slowly turning it into less and less Jets, more Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles never let me down, bro. It's fun. Oh my god, bro. I love the Jets. This shit, like, as I'm sure you could tell, bro. Like, it's crazy. My dad's a Bills fan, and I'm a Jets fan. Yeah, I'm a Jets fan because my mom remarried when I was 4 years old, and my stepdad, who abused us all, is a Jets fan. So how fitting is it? Like, we literally got took out of the house from CPS because he was abusive, and like that's why I'm a Jets fan, because so it's just so fitting, bro. And it's just, dude, I don't know.
Hey, man, your loyalty speaks volumes. It builds character, man. And listen, and I feel like all Jets fans can agree with this, that we feel like it's our fault. It's like, oh, I'm the reason. We're cursed because every time I watch, they suck. Right? You turn it off and they start coming back, and you start watching again, they start losing. It's not your fault, brother. I promise you that. As much as we all think it is.
Well, besides that, all that nonsense, just real quick. I mean, what are we doing with our receiver? I haven't seen us run one mesh concept, one dagger concept, spots. Run the running back in the flat, have someone come in on a little curl on the inside, and send Garrett to a post corner. Easy 1, 2, 3 read. Like, I don't see none of that. It's just everything's a hot route. It's there's no 100%. Game planning, dude. It's Sauce doesn't travel. Like, I played basketball at a high level, dude. I'm covering the best guy, even if he's a center. If my center's being weak, I'm going in the paint, and I'm not even letting the center get in the paint, bro. And this dude won't cover the best receiver, man. So I don't know. Keep it up, Richie. Keep watching.
Salute to you, man. I appreciate it, man. Keep building that Jets room. Keep building it up. I absolutely love it. I'm a big fan.
That's it, bro. That's all it is. I'll call in again, brother. Be good, all right? Keep up the good work. Thank
you, man. Much love. Much love. Hey, he brings up a great point that is a big issue with his offense, is that we don't have a scheme. We don't have a coaching staff that's so good that we can out-scheme teams offensively. It's just hot routes. We require elite ball placement by Rodgers, and we require elite receivers to catch balls, which they're not doing. We don't have a scheme that can scheme guys open. That's not good. Which is why we need Davante Adams. I don't know how much more. People told me early this season, Richie, do we really need Davante? Yeah. Is that going to mask the issues we have on the coaching staff? It may. Because that's how bad it is. We don't have any creativity. We have no guys getting schemed open. Look at Kevin O'Connell. Yesterday morning, rather. You see a bunch concept. You see Kevin O'Connell utilizing his number one superstar receiver, Justin Jefferson, to perfection. Rub routes, making our defenders run into each other, misdirections, motions, pre-snap. Where is all that? Our system is Rodgers, and there's no pre-snap anything, and we don't have an offensive mind that we can rely on. there's so much pressure on Aaron Rodgers because we have no offensive brain that can help Rodgers. So he has to do everything. He has to recognize, which is why the play clock is coming down to 0 because he's trying to change it. Sucks, man. We got out-schemed. Brian Flores won. That pick 6 from Van Ginkel was pure scheme, right? Van Ginkel and Brian Flores, they studied the Jets. They saw, okay, we're going to show blitz. Rodgers is going to hot route slants, and then we're going to drop Van Ginkel into the zone, and Van Ginkel is just going to one-hand snag it, pick 6. That one hurt. JT.
Yo,
What's
Richie,
good,
how we
man?
doing,
Good to
man?
see you.
Likewise. So a couple thoughts on that game is I do think we are Davante away from winning that game and the Broncos game. You could just see, like you echoed the point earlier, so I'm not going to go too much on it, but you see that Lazard is the only one that's on the same page as Rodgers. When Rodgers wants those quick throws where he wants his receivers to be in a certain spot, it's only Lazard that's there.
Yeah.
Lazard, if that final throw is thrown to Lazard, I don't know if it gets picked off. It probably gets dropped by Lazard. But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But aside from being on the same page, Lazard is a detriment to his offense, man. His drops are brutal. I mean, we knew this, but, like, bro, brutal. That's
So
all I can
brutal.
say about that one. A couple other thoughts is Conklin needs to get more of them contested catches up the seam. Stop with these little dump offs to Conklin. He is a weapon in the contested catch game up the seam, man. He made that one catch. Not a lot of tight ends are making that catch he made early in the game. I can't remember what it was. He jumped up and just oh my god, man. I love Conklin. He's not getting utilized enough.
I agree. He should get more volume.
Yeah, man. But you know what? It's all right. That game was terrible. It was terrible on all accounts. Rodgers didn't even look good himself. Honestly, Rodgers was a big part in that reason why the game wasn't good. He made a lot of bad throws, like you mentioned on the Garrett one late in the game. There was earlier in the game where he missed the throw to Garrett. It was just out of reach. Garrett should catch it as if we wanted to be a top 5 receiver, but that was a ridiculous catch to make it. He was going to make it. Let's be real.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers did not play good, and that's the reality of it. He had his worst game as a Jet, and I think we're 5 games in.
Yeah, and I think the injury is also doing a little bit of it. I mean, he's obviously dealing with a hamstring something, and now he's dealing with an ankle too. So he's going to look more like a statue. And this is weird, but does he need to sit for a week to like heal up? He's a little older.
That's the thing. We shall. JT, I appreciate you, brother. I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Can't wait.
Sir.
We're gonna beat the Buffalo Bills and catapult our way in the first place. We're gonna beat them. Let's go.
Let's go. Shout out to JT. He's coming through to the roundtable event next week. Can't wait to have you there, brother. And listen, I mean, Rodgers is old, so he definitely cannot, heal as fast as some of these younger guys. He does not have a hamstring. It's a low ankle sprain and knee soreness. That's what he's dealing with. He threw 3 interceptions. One of them going back for 6. That's inexcusable. That can't happen if we're going to be a successful football team. So let's hope that the Vikings defense is just that good, and that cannot happen moving forward. It just can't. It's that simple. The concerning thing is that Rodgers has an ankle sprain and a sore knee. That's gonna hold him back a little bit. So maybe the Jets sit him for a week to heal. I don't know. I don't think so, but we shall see. All right, let's keep it going. Oh, Beans, bro, you're live, my man.
Yo, what's happening, Richie? It's crazy.
Hey.
Last time I talked to you, I was at work at Staples. Now I'm at Amazon with it.
Let's go. My man's everywhere.
You're already. First off, I'd like to say what you said in the beginning about the Jet fans. We want to cry and leave, and oh, we suck. Let's tank. Let's do this. Loved it. You couldn't have said it any better.
Appreciate that.
I'd like to say Mike Williams needs to be the number 2 and replace Lazard. He needs to. I'm tired of seeing him drop passes. Yes, he has a great connection with Rodgers and everything like that, but stop. Like, he drops passes. It's like it's right in his hands. You showed the video. And Conklin, another one. We need to get him the ball. But that's what I just want to say. What's up? Shout out Long Island. Do your thing. And the dude that was on the talking shit, he's a bitch,
My guy. Oh, Beans, thank you so much for the love, my brother. Much love to you, man. Peace out to him. Hey, much love. My guy Staples, now he's at Amazon grinding out there, and I love the support that he showed. And we want Mike Williams to get more involved because we trust him more, and it's so frustrating. Rodgers starts to go to Mike Williams in the fourth quarter. Too late. He throws the ball to Mike Williams on 3rd down and 10, and he throws an interception. Bad throw. So I agree with everything he said, man. I agree with everything he said. Shout out to O-Beans. Much love to you, brother. Let's move it. NY Jets Indy. You're live, bro.
What's up, Richie?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Just taking a break at work, man. Man, my thoughts on the game, man. I watched it from snap to finish, and I'm not. Of course, I'm not giving up. I'm in it till the end, but I just think that something needs to be done with Hackett, man. I think that they need to strip him of play calling. I just think that they need a fresh mind, somebody to change it up a little bit. And I think that Rodgers is trying to do too much. It's like he has to change the play. He has to first get the play in. If you saw him in that game, he was trying to signal to him to hurry up and get the play in. And so I think right now it's too much on Rodgers to try to get the play in, change it. And we're also not doing a good job of using motion. It drives me nuts when we go to the line and everything is just stagnant. We're not using any motion. We're not scheming nobody open. I mean, I get that they're not the best coaches in the world. I know they're horrible, but at the same time, you're getting paid millions of dollars. And then another thing that frustrated me was, I don't know how you felt about this. Jets fans have been going kind of back and forth with it. But what did you think about that call on 4th and 1 call? Should you thought they had to kick the field goal or go for it?
You just sparked something to me, man. I hated it.
I hated that call.
I hated it, dude. I mean, talk about. Listen, bro, that play has not worked once, and this is my biggest issue with that play call. Is last week the Jets had 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. They gave it a Brees every time. They're like, every Jets fan's like, oh well, they didn't put Braylon Allen in. Braylon Allen doesn't make a difference. It's the offensive line. The Jets shouldn't have never, ever went for it on 4th and 2. They should have kicked the 3 points. If you go for it, why would you call a play that's been awful every single freaking time they tried? And another thing about that play, bro, Dan Orlovsky broke it down. Braylon Allen is lined 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He has to run extra. I mean, it was just I hated that play call, man. So
exactly. And I just looked at your film breakdown on your other video about that 84 guy, I forget his name, or how he was just continuously missing blocks. And that's what I'm saying. We got to get more creative with the run game. It's so predictable. We got to do a jet sweep or something, or do some screens, or I love how O'Connell was using bunch formations. We have the talent to do that, where you can do pick routes and stuff. And that's basically what they've been doing to Sauce. I mean, I don't think he's been playing bad, but I don't think he's been making plays.
Exactly.
And
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and it's just our coaching staff is so inept, and it's my worry is like this game coming up against the Bills. I think we got a chance. I really got a feeling I feel like we got a chance to win this game, but it's just is the coaching staff going to be okay, Rodgers is a little banged up. Let's scheme, let's scheme, let's change our offense and adjust to what we have. Instead of them being so stubborn and just, hey, if we're going to run the ball up the middle with Brees 3 times and punt, that's what we're going to do. It just drives me crazy, man.
Me too, brother. I appreciate you coming on and venting, because this is where it's all healthy, right? It's healthy for us to come on here and provide and just release what we need to let out of our football team. And I appreciate all the support, my brother. Salute to you, my man.
Okay, appreciate it, Richie.
Much love, man. Much love. NY Jets Indy tuning in and just spoke nothing but the truth. Much love to him, man. Much love to him. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button on your way into the show. We appreciate it big time. Big time shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Keith with the $5 says, as good as the defense has seemed to be playing, why does it seem like every receiver's wide open when they catch the ball? Listen, man, the Jets defense, when we say they're playing great, we can't expect them to literally never give up a play, right? That's what it comes down to. They're not perfect, right? They gave up a lot of open plays over the middle of the field. A lot of that had to do with zone coverage. I feel like, Justin Jefferson just picked apart. We also went up against literally the best receiver in football. I just feel like the Jets defense did enough, right? And the defense is not perfect, but they got to the quarterback. They stopped the run. They forced 2 turnovers, and they're not perfect either. I'm not sitting here saying the Jets defense is number 1 in the league. I'm not sitting here saying the Jets defense still doesn't have some things that they can improve on. You're right. Every time you see somebody, down the field against this Jets defense, they feel like they're wide open. A lot of that has to do with the Jets are pressuring the quarterback, and they're in these raggedy zones. And maybe they have some miscommunication. Also, a big thing we have to realize in that game, Michael Carter II was out. And I'm getting concerned that he may not be coming back for a while. Hamstring. That was a big blow. He's our best coverage player in the entire secondary. And he's down. Isaiah Oliver subbed in. Didn't look too great. So I appreciate the super chat, Keith, as always. T. Rivera, $2. Relax, Jets fan. 12 more games to go. We coming. I love it. Love the energy, T. Rivera. Appreciate the $2 as always, my friend. I appreciate the $2 as always. Mutt Viols.
Yo, what's up, Richie? Can you hear
What's
me?
good, brother? Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Just a couple things that I want to talk about, though, if you don't mind. First off,
Absolutely.
the Bills, if he is in concussion protocol, Josh Allen, they better not play him. Because one simple reason, then they can't talk about Tua. They can't. Because they're going to sit there and say that, oh, Tua shouldn't have came back and played against the Bills last year, though, when he was concussed. Okay, then why is Josh Allen come back in? Why? So that's what I'm saying, though. If he's not healthy enough, do not play him. I don't care if it's for first place in the division. Obviously, though, I want him to play because it'd be more fun. But, hey, you got to look out for him first. Second, can we get creative on offense, please? Like, I'm watching the game. I watched half the game before I had to go do my second job. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, Breece Hall is in the middle open, and we're not even checking it down. Instead, you're trying to force a pass to Butterfingers Lazard. Like, what are you – or throwing a pick sky high to the secondary of Minnesota. Like, what are we doing? Rodgers needs to play better, 100%. And the O-line, Keith Carter, you better put something up everyone's ass before they kick you out the door. Because that O-line playing trash, that's on you. It's that simple.
100%. Speaking nothing but the truth, brother.
Like, everyone, y'all got to take accountability from the GM down to the freaking janitor. I don't care who it is. All y'all need to be taking accountability. Because I promise one thing, though, and I feel like a lot of Jet fans agree with me on this. When Salah came here, though, accountability doesn't exist except for Breece Hall. He's the only one. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else has a free pass. But I agree, though, with the last guy that was here, though. I hope that Mike Williams transitions to the number 2 receiver until, obviously, Davante comes. Because then you can put Garrett in the slot, though, and do more creative
We're getting
things
Davante before Monday night. How about that?
I hope so. He better be able to play then, ready to go.
I think
With
he
that
will,
quote
man.
hamstring injury.
No, I know. Listen, I think there's a lot of things that need to get cleaned up, and I think we'll find out about this freaking Davante Adams stuff today or tomorrow. So we shall see. Mutt Viles, much love to you, man. I'll see you Wednesday night in the round table, right?
Of course. You know I'm coming.
Much love, brother. Much love to Mutt Viles. Always bringing in a buck, win or lose. Appreciate you, brother. Golden Robert with a $10 super chat. Hey, Richie, if we had Zachy Poo or Mike F. White, we beat the Vikings. 7-win season. Wow. You guys think Zach Wilson plays better than Aaron? I mean, is this a real? What makes people think that Aaron Rodgers' worst game, 3 interceptions, now Zach Wilson's better than him? This is blasphemous. Listen, man, Zach Wilson and Mike White stink, which is why they're both not starting. Okay. And as much as Aaron Rodgers played bad last game against the Vikings, you think Zach Wilson makes plays better? This has to be a troll. Golden Robert, thank you for the $10 super chat. 7-win season. Come on, man. Believe. That's all I got to say. It's coaching, man. It's coaching. We got to figure it out. But Golden Robert, can't hate on you, man, when you send in a nice, generous super chat. Much love to you. With y'all Jets fans, super panic if you lose to the Bills. Bro, we're super panic now. My brother, we're super panic now. So, yes, we'd be super panic if we lost to the Bills. But we won't. Because this is what the whole story has been. It comes down to a division matchup. We are 1-0 in the AFC East, and we will continue our dominance in the division starting Monday night. Okay, we're going to be 2-0 in the division, and we're coming. So, to answer your question, yes, the Jets fans will be super panic mode if we lose to the Bills. But I want to remind you, there is a sense of panic in this fan base after the Broncos loss. So, that's how I look at it. Appreciate the super chat, as always, my brother. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. All right, who better than come in for the final caller of the show than my boy King Lowski?
Richie, my brother, man. Let's get into this team, man.
Salute, bro. What's
Hey,
good?
man. Hey, it's all good, brother. You know what I'm saying? Both our baseball teams is the only thing that's saving us right now, my brother. Trust me.
What?
Hey, at the
Yankees
end
or
of the
Mets?
day, man.
Yankees?
No, I'm a Yankees, my brother. I'm a
All good.
Yankees, man. I'm a
I'll see you in the World Series.
Yeah, most definitely. Subway Series, baby. Let's do it.
That'd be sick.
Hey, man. At the end of the day, man, Aaron Rodgers played like hot, pure garbage, trash yesterday. Okay, but it's a few common denominators that we need to get the hell up out the way, man. Hackett has to go. Okay, I'm tired of him being in the way, whether he's a third party, whether he's there by association. I don't give a damn. Him having any regards, any say so in this offense is asinine. Okay, I can't even find the words. I'm so pissed. Okay, this is bullshit, man. You get that fucking coaching staff together. Okay, get their ass the hell up out of here. Okay, I'm tired of seeing Salah ass. I'm tired of seeing Hackett ass. No offense creativity for 3 damn years. Okay, this is ridiculous now, man. All right, you could put the game on Aaron Rodgers yesterday, but damn it, when are y'all gonna give Aaron Rodgers some help? Let me put it to you this way, okay? I know everybody talking about Davante Adams, and that's cool. I want him too, Richie. I want him bad as hell. But tonight's game is gonna say a lot because the Saints is in contention for him too, okay? And if they win this game tonight, trust me, it's going to be a lot of talk about Davante Adams going to the Saints, man. All right? I know we the front runners right now, but tonight's game is going to say a lot, man. And I don't want it to say a lot because we need him bad more than anybody, okay? Real bad, man. This off. I'm talking about, bro, what happened to Brees Hall? He's running with cement in his damn legs. Okay? Is he making business decisions out there or not? What the hell is going on with Brees Hall? Okay? Lazard, we knew what the hell he was last year. Okay? What you thought Aaron Rodgers was going to change that? No, he's still going to drop passes. Okay? I want to see more of Mike Williams. What the hell you signed him for? What the hell you signed him for? Okay? This is bullshit. Now, against Buffalo, I got a little hope because maybe Morgan Moses is coming back. Maybe C.J. Mosley is coming back. Okay? So we got 2 key pieces that may be coming back for us. But if this game is Tyrod Smith versus Mitchell Trubisky, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with myself. Okay? I don't know why. I might as well end it all. All right? Because this is some bullshit, Richie. Real bullshit, man. The New York Jets need to get this coaching staff and these damn players that are not being held accountable out the damn building. Okay? It's as simple as that, man. I see you Wednesday. I see you tonight, Richie, on Autograph. I see you Wednesday on the AFC East Roundtable, Richie. JTS!
King Lowski, always much love to you, brother. Much love, man. And the key thing that King Lowski said there that we all need to keep preaching is one word and one word only. And much love to King Lowski, man. He brings the juice. He keeps it real. He comes on the round table, represents this fan base. There's one word he said, man, that I think is the most important of everything with this Jets team. And that word is accountability. Accountability. Us as fans, we hold our own team accountable. We hold our own coaches accountable. We hold our quarterback accountable. But is that going to do anything? We need a team. We need this team to hold this team accountable. We need Aaron Rodgers to hold himself accountable, which he's doing, by the way. We need Robert Saleh to hold himself accountable and his damn players accountable. We need this team to come together and not become separate. Us fans, we can get upset. We can be negative. We can harp on negatives. We can be toxic. But we cannot allow that to penetrate the freaking team, because if it does that, then we are all screwed. The team is done. This team needs to hold everybody accountable. They also need to hold themselves accountable, and they need to be able to look themselves in the mirror, be a grown adult, and not be like, hey, it's not my fault, it's his fault. No. This is a team effort. Offensive line, quarterback, coaches. I think that's the word. And if this team can grow up and hold each other accountable, then we actually have a chance to figure things out. Until then, I don't know. I'm hopeful that they can do it. If we land Davante, maybe things will change. But the good thing is that I will say that should give Jets fans somewhat of hope here is that the defense looks like it's back. And that's a big deal. I really hope Jets fans realize that is a big deal from the perspective of what we thought about this defense earlier on in the season. The defense seems to be back to what we thought it was, which is why if we can get this offense just playing good football with the addition of hopefully Adams, maybe we can go on a run. I don't know. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Folks, we had a marathon show today. We have a lot of stuff to break down throughout this week to get into the Bills. The Buffalo Bills are beatable. They're coming off 2 straight L's on the road. They got to go on the road yet again in a hostile environment. A banged-up Josh Allen against a banged-up Aaron Rodgers. We'll see if either of them plays. But we got a lot to say going into it, man. A lot. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Much love. Much love, man. So Hip Hop says, y'all don't really need Davante, Richie. You can get Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, D-Hop, so you can get rid of 2 players. So let me just clarify why we need Davante Adams and not any of these players. People need to realize Aaron Rodgers is a very unique quarterback. He needs his receivers to understand and have chemistry with him. Davante Adams is the only one of these players that you mentioned that has chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. That's Aaron Rodgers is demanding of his receivers, which is why in his last season with Green Bay, it went to fail. They failed in Green Bay in 2022 because Davante left him, and all the receivers on that team was not on Rodgers' page, which is why he had a bad season with there. And now we have one guy on this offense that knows how to play with Rodgers, and Allen Lazard, who cannot even catch a football consistently. I'm not saying Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, and D-Hop are bad football players, but it'll be the same thing that we're seeing with Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams, them not on the same page. We need Davante Adams because he is a superstar that has played at a super high level with Aaron Rodgers. There will be no hiccups in their communication. We need Aaron Rodgers because he could be the cover-up of an incompetent coaching staff, and I mean that. It could be a cover-up of an incompetent lack of offensive scheme. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. And guess what, folks? The truth hurts. Do we want that to be the truth, that we're relying on a superstar to come in and save the day? No, we don't want that, but that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. That's how you got to look at it. So, folks, tonight we have Monday Night Football. Chiefs, Saints. Big game to look at for your Jets fan because, as King Lowski said, the New York Jets should be looking at the Saints game because if the New Orleans Saints, who are 5-point underdogs, go into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs, the Saints are going to do everything in their power to land Davante. They already are. They already are doing everything in their power to land Davante Adams as it is. So you look at the odds right now on BetUS, folks. The Saints are +5 and they're at +200. The Chiefs are 5-point favorites. The over-under is at 43. If you guys want to get your 150% bonus on BetUS, definitely go check out BetUS Sportsbook and using the code YouTube150. All right? Use that code YouTube150 to get your bonus today. Big time shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this show as always. Much love to them. This game is going to be an interesting one because if the Jets do not come out on top, if the Saints come out on top, that's why I feel like the Davante Adams trade may not happen until tomorrow because I think the Saints want to play tonight before they get really aggressive. So watch out for the Davante Adams trade maybe tomorrow. Much love to you guys. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's show. I appreciate everybody. We're going to be live on the Huddle right after this show, guys. Come through to the Huddle, BetUS TV. It's going to be me, Dan, and TD Finstalk breaking down week number 5 in the NFL, guys. If you want to come through, I'll put the link right now in the chat if you guys want to come through. This is going to be episode, I don't even know, but I just put the link in the chat. If you guys want to come through to BetUS TV's The Huddle, me, TD Finstalk, and Dan Mitchell will be live in literally 5 minutes from now. All right, so come through, man, to The Huddle. as we break down everything across the NFL, all right? Everything in the NFL. I'll see you guys on the huddle. I got to go. Thank you all for the love. This was a great, great show. Much love to you all. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I did not. See you guys later.